Excited to have everyone here tonight. All right, all right, all right. All is packing out. Love it. Appreciate you all for joining us. We are going to get started. Exciting training lined up for you tonight. I hope you got your pen and papers ready. Yes, please, 1 hour earlier. I know, yes. We will definitely set up an earlier call so that more can join us. So I appreciate you and your patience, but great to be on with everyone tonight. Let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm gonna mute everyone here so that we can have no distractions, and I appreciate you all. We got this on recording. Well, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're fired up, give me a fire emoji in the chat. I want to see who's fired up on AGARA Cafe. I'll tell you, I am. Michael Lang. All right, we got 3 fire emojis. So Mike Castillo's really fired up. I love it. Claudia Berry's fired up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, so I am so excited. I'll tell you, things have been crazy over the last couple of days. You all definitely are. Michael Lang really on fire. You all are making it happen. We have been getting so many founders applications. I don't know if you've been on the private Facebook chat, private Facebook group, but I mean, that's lighting up right now with founding ambassadors. So many people getting Infinity coded. I want to congratulate all of you who've qualified as a founding ambassador. If you have qualified as Infinity coded, you're ready to go out there and making money. So congratulations for that. And it's wild. It's wild to think that we have so much momentum right now and we haven't even turned on the website. like I was just telling my team, what do you think is going to happen once we open the floodgates? It's going to go wild. Yes, Dr. Chi knows, because I know there's so many people ready to just start enrolling. And what we're doing, just so you know, our team is actually currently setting up, we're entering in the applications, making sure that everybody has the right structure in place initially, so that nobody misses out on any money. We're working with the team leaders to make sure that the team leadership is all out there. And let's see here. I'm going to bring his full screen. We're working with the team leadership to make sure that all the structures are right, that all of you have, that you're Infinity coded. If you're not coded, we'll talk to you about that tonight to make sure that you get Infinity coded so you don't miss out on any money. Our team is testing the system diligently so that we can have a smooth launch. So it's really, really exciting. And I'll tell you that I had some people that I gave a tour of the back office. People are really excited about the system that we're going to be rolling out. So, just like Grace Bravo, who is first class all the way, this product, I'm sure you all agree, is first class, not only in its presentation, but in its experience for everybody. The AGARA Cafe is phenomenal. The operations in the back office and everything that we're bringing to the table is first class. And we will be definitely raising the level of expectation that people have ever had in this industry with AGARA and AGARA Life and the kind of opportunity that we're bringing here. So it's just exciting, and I'm honored to serve. For those of you who I haven't had an opportunity to meet, my name is Hayden Daughters, and I'm honored and humbled to be asked by Grace Bravo, our founder, to lead the charge as CEO of the company here. And really quickly, just to share my background, I've been in the industry over 25 years. First 10 years, I was in the field building teams, and I remember like yesterday plugging into Zooms like this, and I was just a hungry young kid, 18 years old, really didn't do well in school, but wanted an opportunity to be able to have freedom in my life, to be able to make my own choices, to be able to, go where I want, work where I wanted, when I wanted, with whoever I wanted. And that was my dream, to be able to really have freedom. That's one of my biggest whys. I don't know if anybody's like me, but freedom was the thing. And I wanted to be able to have freedom to do anything that I could do in life. And so when I saw this opportunity, when I saw network marketing and I saw the ability to be able to create leverage and to build residual income, to do something once and get paid the rest of my life for it, and to be able to do that by helping other people become successful, it just seemed like a dream come true for me. And so I took action. I jumped in head first, and I fell in love with this industry at a very young age. Was fortunate enough, blessed to, when I was in my late 20s, start my own company. That ended up, it just was one of those times where you were at the right place at the right time, and the company exploded. We ended up growing the company to over 40 countries, over $1 billion in sales in close to a decade. And that was just an amazing experience. But during that experience, transitioned into the corporate side. And since then, over the last handful of years, have been able to operate on the corporate side to help to launch companies. And it's been just a great journey for me. I have a passion for this industry. I have a passion for seeing people succeed. And when Grace Bravo and I had an opportunity to come together, our founder, Grace, and she shared her vision of AGARA, somebody that also has a love for network marketing, but also had some experiences with previous companies that disappointed her. And she felt, really didn't set the priority of the people over profits, over making sure that you're building an opportunity that's going to last long term, that when somebody plants their flag in a company, that's going to last for the rest of their life, and somewhere that they could feel welcomed and appreciated and valued. And when she shared that vision with me, I was just inspired personally. And many of you hopefully get an opportunity to hear from her today briefly. But I was inspired because I said that's really what everybody wants in this industry, is that they want a home, they want to build something that lasts, they want to create a great opportunity for their family, for their community, and create a legacy. And that's something that I got so excited about. And then, of course, when I had the chance to taste the product, the AGARA Cafe, I'm a coffee lover. I'm sure we got some coffee lovers. If you're a coffee lover in the house, put a 1 in the chat. I'm a coffee lover, big time. My wife and I, it's one of our most prized rituals that we get to start our day every day in the Bible with a cup of coffee. I like to say coffee and Jesus. That's how I get started personally. That's the way to start the day for me. I'm sure many of you share, that love of coffee. And I've always been a lover of coffee. But then I tried AGARA Cafe, and I will say that ever since, and I think that was a few months ago, I haven't had a day without it, nor would I want to have a day without it. I love this coffee. It is next level focus, energy, but not jittery energy, right? Like relaxed, calm, focused. But at the same time has helped me to curb my appetite. So I'm not really thinking about food all the time, which is awesome, because even with the launch of this company, I haven't been able to go to the gym, but I'm staying nice and lean through my AGARA Cafe. And so I love this product, and so many people are having great experiences. So we're really excited. And this is right now the founders period. It's pre-launch. We're right at the beginning. We're going to be opening up our website next week to everybody. Start enrolling. And it's going to be an absolutely exciting time. On Monday, I think it was, we did a comp plan training. Some of you were here. Some of you are brand new. You just got started. Welcome to AGARA. I'd encourage you to jump on our Facebook page. If somebody could drop that link, if you have it, the private Facebook group, that would be awesome. Hop and join that and just see what's going on. See the action, see the testimonials, so you can really plug into the community and everything that's going on with AGARA, our private Facebook group. But it's an exciting time. So much success, so many things happening right now. So I'm going to dive right in. Tonight, the goal is to kind of give you a brief overview of the compensation plan. You're going to get a chance to hear from one of our top leaders, industry veteran, legend in the space, who's going to share a little bit of his perspective on the compensation plan, and also how to work the compensation plan. I think what's most exciting, like what you should be focused on. Because sometimes, I know how it is in compensation, we think we have to know everything to be successful, but that there really couldn't be anything further from the truth. You've got to know your first step, and you've got to teach other people the first step really in this business. And so that's hopefully what we can leave with you and part with you tonight. But we're going to do a brief overview. And what I also want to recommend you to do is I want to do a little bit of a Q&A too, because I know there's a lot of questions out there. And so if you have a question, drop it in the chat, and then we will do our best to get to that question by the end of the evening tonight. Sound good? If you're ready, say ready in the chat. We will dive right in. I'm sure everybody's plugged in. Thank you so much, Dr. Chi, for helping me with the with the Zoom. We got so many people plugging in tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in to the compensation plan. And this is being recorded if somebody couldn't join us. So we'll keep that plugged in. But there's 8 different ways to earn here at AGARA Life. One is customer commission, member residual, fast start bonuses, infinity coded bonuses, binary cycle pay, leadership check match, the driver bonus pool, and our car bonus program. The first way, of course, is customers. And customers is the name of the game. In any business, I'm sure everybody would agree with me, the most important thing for you to do is to have customers, to have a solid customer base. And what I love about this product is that all you have to do is sample. If you're taking notes, write this down. He or she that passes out the most samples is going to make the most money in this business. I love it. It is the great equalizer. You don't need to be a good presenter. You don't need to know how to do any of this stuff. You don't even need to know how to talk about the product because, of course, we've got lots of resources to be able to support you. We've got videos, and then we're going to do Zoom trainings. We have a private Facebook group to help educate. All you have to do is pass out samples. And if you're out there passing out samples, there's no way, I am convinced, there's no way with how good this product is that you're not going to get a ton of customers. I was talking to somebody last night, one of our new leaders who actually has built in coffee before, and he was telling me that one of his team members had over 70,000 customers in a previous coffee company and didn't even have an organization. I was like, what? That is nuts. That's crazy. And they were making tons of money just from going out there and getting customers. So what's powerful about this business is that you don't need to be good at network marketing. You don't need to be good at explaining. Who can pass a sample? Everybody. And it's so easy. Who loves coffee? Over 73% of Americans love coffee. Every single day they drink coffee. So we have one of the biggest markets in the world. So the first thing is 3 for free. You want to write this down. You want to get 3 customers. This is not ambassadors, this is 3 customers. And you want to introduce them to the Easy Ship program. You'll get more familiar with this as we open up our back office and you're able to enroll people. But the Easy Ship program, what that is basically like subscribe and save. You're getting a subscription to get AGARA Life every single month. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure you don't want to run out of coffee. This AGARA Cafe, you don't want to run out. So that's the first thing and first number reason why it makes sense, because it's easy. It just shows up. You don't run out. You're not scrambling, trying to do expedited shipping because you don't have your coffee. So that's the first thing that's most important. But the second thing is you're going to get a 10% discount. So I'm sure you'd agree, you know, you're going to drink your coffee anyways. You might as well get it for a discount, right? So first thing, set up your product on Easy Ship. And of course, if you're in the business, you're going to want to do that because that's going to meet your active requirement so that you can bank volume in the binary. I'll talk to you more about that. So that's very important. But what you want to do is go out there and get some customers and help set them up on Easy Ship as well. And they become members with us, subscribing members. And when you have 3 customers, then your Easy Ship is free. 3 for free. Really simple. So 3 1-bag customers and your 1 bag is free. If you have 3 2-bag Easy Ship customers, which many people are getting 2 bags for their family, right? Because it's not just you drinking coffee. There's probably a lot of people in your family that are doing the same thing. So what if you have 3 customers with 2 bags on auto ship? You're going to get 2 bags for free as well. So that's our 3 for free program. It's an amazing program. Make sure that you're going out there handing out samples and telling people about the benefits of our Easy Ship program. More on that will be coming. Now, as you're going out there and getting customers, you're also going to earn 20% of the commissionable volume on all those retail customers, on all of the orders that are placed by your customers. Now, here's the thing, and I want to this is something that's really, I think, powerful about the plan, and you'll see it, is that all of your customers will also get an affiliate link too, even the customers, because customers can participate in the 3 for free program as well. So what I would do is I would be telling all of my customers about 3 for free. Wouldn't you like your Easy Ship for free every single month? Why don't you go? Because there's a lot of people, I'm sure you all agree, who don't want to do network marketing. Maybe they're just not into it. They don't have time. That's fine. Just be a customer. We love customers. Have them go out there and introduce 3 customers and their products for free. So I want you to imagine this for just a second. What if you're going out there and you're getting customers And your customers are getting customers. They're sending out their links. They're posting it. They love it. They're posting testimonials. We're actually going to launch a private Facebook group that isn't about the business. That's just for customers, testimonials, really customer focused. So you can introduce people that way. It'll be really exciting. And we're going to be doing that shortly. But imagine that, just all of your customers getting customers who are getting customers. You're going to start building a whole customer group, a group of customers, and you get 20% of the commissionable volume on all of those customers. So that's the second way they get paid on customers. Now, we also have member residual bonus, which is really exciting because the membership residual bonus, what that is that pays you for retaining customers. And these are member customers on Easy Ship. All right, so this is the number of customers, not ambassadors, customers that are on Easy Ship. When you have 10, you're going to get an extra $100. Now, this is on top of your 3 for free, on top of your 20% commissionable volume. It's additional. When you got 20, it's an additional $250 a month. When you have 30, that's $500 extra a month. And when you have 50, that's $1,000 extra a month. That's just in addition to all the commissions and everything else. So that is the first thing. And the second thing I want to talk to you about, which is customer commission and of course, membership residual bonus. Now, as you're going out there and introducing customers, naturally, you're going to find people that are excited about this business. I'm sure we would all agree. It's just, because here's my opinion on that. It's funny. I had the conversation with somebody not too long ago who, you ever run into those people who they don't know about network marketing? They don't know about one of those things. And I said, well, you could just be a customer and you could pay for something and get the benefit of that product, and that's great. Or you could be an ambassador and you can not only, of course, get the product and pay for it, but also get paid while you do it. I just happen to like the second option more. Does that make sense? So you're going to find people that, of course, when you're going out there and sampling and they don't just want to pay and get a product that they love, but they want to pay and get a product they love and make money at the same time. And when you do that, when you introduce them, you get first order bonuses. Matter of fact, actually, and this is something important about the plan as well, that when you get a new customer and a new ambassador, if they purchase any one of our offerings right now, we've got the single, the double, the 5X, the 12X, the 24X. If they purchase any of them, then you are going to get a first order bonus. And this is a question that I had from a lot of people. They were like, is that just for ambassadors or is that for customers and ambassadors? It works the same. It's very simple. Sign up a new customer or a new ambassador. And when you do that, you're going to get a first order bonus for that, depending upon what they purchase. Make sense? So that's the first thing and the most important thing for you to understand. And that's what, if you're brand new in the business, what you should be focusing on is getting some first order bonuses. Going out there, finding new customers, recruiting new ambassadors, and helping them get started and get their own products. And then you get a first order bonus for that. That starts at $10, $20 for a double, $30 for a 5X, $100 for a 12X, and $200 for a 24X bulk pack. So take a screenshot and write that down. Now, there's something else, though, that we have here, which I know if you talk to most people, they're most excited about, which is the Infinity program. How many of you like to get paid to infinity, meaning that there's no limit to the amount of money that you can make? And that's exactly the way the Infinity bonus program works. And I want to take a moment and just help you understand how that works, because it is super powerful. You get your actual Infinity bonus now is paid on a 5X. So not on a single or a double, but a 5X. There's a $30 Infinity bonus paid. And when there's a 12X, there's a $100 Infinity bonus paid. And for 24X, there is a $150 Infinity bonus that's paid on that package. So let me give you an example. Okay. Let's say that you enrolled your first 3 people and they went out there and they got, of course, the 12X bulk pack. If you enrolled 3 new ambassadors and they got the 12X bulk pack and you're Infinity eligible, meaning that you have at least 700 in qualifying volume yourself, now you're what we call Infinity coded. Okay, so there's a couple of requirements that you want to follow. The first one is you personally have to have at least 700 in personal qualifying volume. Take notes, because this is probably the most important thing I'm going to share with you all night, is how to get Infinity code, because it's your first step. It's really the thing that you want to do first in the business. So 700 in personal qualifying volume is your first step And you can do that, of course, from your own purchase. You can do that from customers, a combination. When you hear the term personal qualifying volume, what I'm saying is either your personal orders that you make because you're ordering so that you can sell, of course, too, or your customer orders. And that includes any of your customers or customers of customers. So you just have to have a total of 700. I have a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, what if I can't do the 700? You could always go out there and introduce some customers and meet that 700 as well. And then you want to help your three do the same. But let's say you started three, just to keep this example simple, with the 12X bulk pack. Well, you're going to get, of course, for the first order bonuses, $100 for each. So 3 times 100 is $300. The next three, though, here's what happens. And this is what's exciting about the Infinity coded bonus is now, not only are you going to get the first order bonus, but you would also get the Infinity bonus, which for the 12X value pack is how much? I'm going to go back to this chart here. It's $100. So how much do you make on each enrollment when you are Infinity coded on a 12X? You actually make $200 per enrollment when you're Infinity coded. You see why you want to do that right away? What about the 24X? You make $350 per enrollment. Do the math. Every single time. $350 when you enroll somebody with a 24X bulk pack. Does that include customers? Yes. Ambassadors? Yes. So go out there and so you want to get that done as soon as possible. That's the number one thing that you want to do. But you don't only want to do that for that reason. And I want to break this down for you as well, because when we say it's Infinity, there's a reason why we call it Infinity coded in the compensation plan. Because when I saw this, I remember when somebody showed me a compensation plan. My wife will tell you, I remember I was in a conference room in Beverly Hills and I had somebody draw it out for me. And I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't even believe that I'd never even heard of this compensation plan. And I lost sleep over it because it's powerful. It really was. Go ask my wife, Sherry. She'll tell you, I was talking about it for days. I go, that is the best compensation plan that I've ever seen in my life. Truly believe it, because it's just so powerful, the Infinity code. And what I want to do is I want to draw that up for you real quick and just help you understand what happens with your Infinity code once you are coded in the compensation plan. And I'm going to show you the potential of it just in a simple way that I believe will help you get it. Hopefully make this work. Let's see. Boom. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Okay, so look at this really quickly, right? Let's say you are presuming that you went out there and you already got your three, right? And so just look at it this way. I like to say, if you're trying to think about or remember what you need to do, just remember this. Remember 777. Jackpot. Do me a favor, if you understand that, put a 777 in the chat. 777. There it is. 777 jackpot. That's what you want to do in the plan. At very minimum. I love it. This is what I'm talking about. Leaders are hungry, ready to make it happen. 777 is what you want to do, because here's what happens. Now you're Infinity coded. Now let me show you what happens. You bring in a new sponsor. Let's say they did the same thing. And I'm just going to keep it simple. Of course, we could do the bigger package, right? If we did the 1,300, I don't want to do the math on that because I want you to sleep tonight. It's kind of late. If I show you that, you'll really get too excited. But let's say that you went out there. Of course, you're going to get $200 for your first enrollment. But let's say you went out there and you got three who did the same thing, 777. So that's three. 3 times how much do you make per on the Infinity bonus? They aren't your direct enrollments. They're underneath your enrollment. But you still make $100 per in the Infinity. So you actually make $300 on that. So what if you're 3? Now remember, everybody's doing the same thing, right? How many of you are getting 3? I'm pretty sure everybody on this call is doing 3. So what's going to happen? If 3 people get 3, how many do you have? You have 9. If 9 people get 3, you have what? 27. If 27 get 3, you get 81. If 81 get 3, you have 243. If 243 get 3, you have 729. If 729 get 3, you get 2,187. I could keep going to infinity, but I'm going to stop right there. Don't be surprised by the math. I've done it a couple times, but that's now. So what is that? Times 100 every single time? So extract that out. You got 900. This is $2,700 you'd earn. This is $8,100 you'd earn. This is $24,300 you'd earn. This is $72,900 you'd earn. This is $218,700 you earn. To infinity, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see why I couldn't sleep when I first saw this comp plan? I was like, wow, that is powerful. That's all you're doing. That's infinity coded. Now, I know there's a lot of people, so hopefully you're getting it. This thing is powerful. You just want 777 all the way. Get your people started, 777. That's the whole comp plan. That's how you want to work this thing, and you want to keep it super simple. Now, a lot of people are like, well, how's this binary work? Right? I mean, how many of you are like, oh, well, am I on this side? I'm on the right side. I'm on that. You know what I mean? What I want to tell you right now is don't worry about that. That is probably the last thing that you should be thinking about right now is all of that. Because it doesn't matter. Because the binary, you want to think of it like this comp plan works in two major ways. One is that the infinity coded program is the right now money. The binary is the retirement money. Right now money, retirement money. Play money is what I just showed you, and there's quite a bit of it. This is the right now money that you should be going after. And I can tell you, anybody, he or she that drives the most code, guess what? Whoever drives the most coded bonus is going to make the most money in this comp plan. It just works that way automatic. So if you go out there and you just work the code and you're going out there and getting bonuses, guess what's happening? Your binary is building at the very same time. You're going out there and you're building a massive binary. Because here's what happens. I'll just kind of show you here how a binary works. Now, let's say this is you, and you have two teams. So in your code, 777, remember? 777. But what's a binary? Now, people are like, well, how does it work? Because this has 3 legs, but then this has 2. Why is that? I know that could be confusing to some people sometimes. But the binary is a 2-leg, and there's a reason why it is because what happens is when you get started, the first thing you're going to do is this is your left leg, okay? In this case, you're placed on the left leg of whoever your binary sponsor is. You're on the left leg, okay? And so what you're going to do first is your first 3. Remember, let's say 1, 2, and 3. Let's say that's their numbers, 1, 2, and 3. 1's going to go there, 2's going to go there, 3 is going to go there on your left leg. Now, why do you want to do that? A lot of people are like, why don't I want to balance it? Well, first of all, you want to have a bigger leg, and then you want to have a smaller leg because the bigger leg in the cycle has double. So you want the bigger leg to run a little faster than the smaller leg. Eventually, you want to catch it and flip it, and I'll explain to you a little bit more on that. But the way that we do this is very simple. What if this person comes in and gets 3? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look at how big your binary leg is growing when everybody does that. It just flies. And that's what's powerful about a binary. A lot of people like, why binary? Because a binary actually is a team build. Meaning, how many people did you put in this leg? You put 3. But then how many people do you have in this leg now? Look at all these people. You didn't put these people. These people came from everybody else in the team. So what happens is you actually get what we call spillover a lot of times in a binary because everybody's working together. It's what I love. I believe that the binary plan really embodies what AGARA is about, which, AGARA is community marketplace, AGORA, right? Agape, selfless service for your neighbor. That's really that's the principles. That's what we value here. And that's what we really want to build in the compensation plan is where we're all working together. And that's what's nice about a binary. So the next thing that you're going to do is after you got your 3, then what's going to happen is you're just going to keep working the code. So you're going to, you're just going to continue to work the code and you're going to drive down here and then you're going to start building the other leg. That's the way a binary works. Now, why do you do this in a binary? Because a binary gets paid on something called a cycle bonus. And a cycle works like this: 200 on what we call the big leg versus 100 on the small leg. So this is what we call a cycle. And the cycle generates you anywhere from $5 to $20 per cycle. So you want to think of it like residual, right? And I like to say a residual, a perfect example is a recording artist. A recording artist, every time that they go out there and as somebody, downloads their song on Apple Music or something, do they make a lot of money, or do they make just a little bit of money on that one? They make a little bit of money, but they make a little bit of money on a lot of downloads. Does that make sense? So don't focus on how small the cycle is, because what's powerful about the cycle in the binary is that the cycle, just like the infinity bonuses are unlimited, the cycle bonuses are unlimited in the binary, meaning that there's no limit to the depth. There's some compensation plans out there where you only get like so many levels and then they don't pay you underneath it. And that sucks, because then sometimes what if your big player comes later down the line and you don't get paid on it? But in a binary, imagine you get two monster players on two sides and then you've got volume to infinity. What happens when we start opening up the world, which we are going to, once we go to the Philippines, Canada, Mexico, Europe, South America? What happens? This binary keeps growing. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so imagine what happens, right? Imagine when when you're a Ruby, you get paid $20 a cycle, right? Or you actually get, no, I'm sorry, when you're an Emerald, you're $15 a cycle at Ruby, and then $20 a cycle when you are an Emerald, right? So think about that. If you have 1,000 cycles, so think about if you have 1,000 cycles, or 1,000 times that there's a cycle that's actually happening in your business, do the math on that. 1,000 times 20 is what? That's $20,000. Imagine you had 1,000 cycles happen in a week, and it will happen. That's $20,000 in a week that comes from the binary residually for many people, probably on different continents and different time zones that you never even met, that you never even heard of, right? That you're getting paid on that volume. So the binary is so powerful. But how do you build the binary? A lot of people are like, how do I do it? You just go out there and work the code. That's it. You really don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is get coded and then go work the code and try. Because what you're going to do, people are like, where am I going to put people? You're going to put people on wherever the smaller leg is. That's how it works, right? Because your goal is to catch the other leg and flip it. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll learn in time. Don't worry about it. Just work the code, and you'll make a lot of money in this business. So, but I'll show you what happens in the business is as you become a bronze, a silver, a gold, platinum, ruby, just like I said, right? At Emerald, you're $20 a cycle. So many of you are getting started at 1,300 personal qualifying volume, or the 24X. In the very first month, you're already at that $20 a cycle. That's what's exciting about that. Nothing wrong with the 700 at the Ruby, because that's $15 a cycle. So that gets you up in the plan right away. And that will code you at that position for the first month +1. So you got the first month, November right now, plus December. And then in January, you want the qualifications to meet up. But you're getting paid $20 a cycle. And then as you go up, look at it. The cap goes up. So when you are an Emerald, you make up to $1,000 a week in the binary. And then it just keeps going up, right? Diamond, up to 4,000, right? Triple diamond, up to 7,000 a week. Blue diamond, up to 10,000 a week. Or 10,000. See what happens when you get to black diamond, up to $25,000 a week in the binary, right? Crown, up to 40,000, up to 50,000 a week at the triple crown diamond position. So that's binary, cycle pay, in addition to everything that we saw. So those are the core ways. Now, as you're helping other people become successful in the compensation plan, what's going to happen is you're going to start earning a check match. And the check match starts at Ruby. So you want to be a Ruby, and you get 10% on any of your first level. So anybody on your first level that you introduce to the business, the more money they make, the more money you make. If they make $1,000, you make 100. If they make 10,000 in the binary, you make 1,000. Does that make sense? So that's how check match works. Whatever they earn in the binary, you get a check match on it. So imagine you had somebody who was making 20,000 a week, in the binary and you were just a Ruby. Let's say they were in a big leg. That's what I love about this, because some people are like, oh, you don't make money in the big leg. Oh, no, you do. You got a check match on there and somebody's in the big leg and they're making $20,000 a week at 10%, you're getting $2,000 a week residually on that check match. So it's powerful. Emerald 10, when you get to Sapphire, it goes up to 15, Diamond 15, Blue Diamond 20%, Black Diamond 20%, Crown Diamond 20%. But what happens as you advance to Emerald, to Sapphire, to Diamond, to Blue Diamond, Black Diamond, Crown Diamond, every single time you start unlocking more levels. So you get paid on a second level, a third level, a fourth level, a fifth level, a sixth level, a seventh level. The bottom line with check match is we're matching the checks of your team that are having success in your business, that are earning cycle pay. And so the more people in your team that are winning and that are making big checks, the bigger your check match goes. Also, an unlimited way to make money in this compensation plan, the check match program. Now, there's a lot of questions about rank achievement, but I'll tell you this, and you can look at the compensation plan. I wanted to make it very, very simple for everyone. The first thing that you want to do is you want to be active to be able to earn commissions all the time. So it means every single month, and this is monthly qualifications. And when your back office happens, it'll be a lot easier to understand this, because we'll have something that shows your rank advancement metrics and what you need to qualify every single month. So it's a monthly basis, first of the month to the end of the month. Really easy to understand. So at least monthly, you've got to have 50 in qualifying volume. And so this can happen, personal qualifying volume. This can happen from your own personal easy ship. That's one way to do it. That's what most people do, so they don't have to worry about it. They set it, they forget it, they know they're active. And this is important because in order to bank volume in the binary, if you want to bank volume in the binary, you've got to be active. To earn commissions, you've got to be active. So if you go inactive, you could lose volume in the binary. So make sure that you set up your easy ship so that you never lose any of that volume. You could have one leg that has 1,000,000 points in it. Even if you're not doing something on the other side, you hold on to that volume as long as you just stay active. Very simple. Now, if you want more money in the plan, when you get up to, of course, the executive level, when you get up to when you kind of move up and you move up in the plan up to silver at 100 personal qualifying volume in the plan, now you want to be active with 100. All right. So we want to be active with 100 in volume and above that. And that's a 2-bag auto ship. So real simple. Now, what if you have customers? Will that make the requirement? Yes. Customers work as well too. So if you have some customers that purchase in the month, that'll count for the qualification. So it's either your own personal orders or your customers. But best way to assure that you always have the volume and you don't miss it is to set that easy ship up on the same time every single month and get your coffee every single month. The next thing you want to be looking at is, where is your lesser leg volume qualification? So look at your lesser leg, and wherever that's at, that's probably your biggest determinant going to be to where you're at in, of course, the compensation plan. The lesser leg, like if you're saying, how do I qualify every single month as a diamond? Well, the lesser leg volume is 30,000 to be a diamond. So you have a bigger leg that's going to be a little bit bigger, but the lesser leg has to be at least 30,000 in order to be able to earn that. So hopefully that kind of makes sense in the plan, your lesser leg. Now you also need some enroller volume, and the difference between lesser leg and enroller, remember we talked about spillover volume. So when people are placed, all of that volume counts for your binary qualifications, but enroller volume, that's from your enrollment tree. That is from other people that are actually, that you've personally sponsored or who they've sponsored or who they've sponsored. So you've got to have some volume on both sides from your enroller tree. That requirement has that. The final thing is understanding that you've got to have leadership, meaning that you've got to help other people win and advance in the comp plan. So the question would be, how do I qualify as a Ruby? You'll see you've got to have 3 platinums, 3 personally enrolled platinums in the plan, diamond, 3 sapphires. So that's how you advance. Of course, what I would encourage you to do is download the compensation plan document. You can find that on currently we have a founder's website up, and you can find that. It's posted. The link is there, and you can get all that information. And then, of course, the numbers just get bigger and bigger and bigger as you move up through the compensation plan. But the one thing that I want to share with you about this is that if you want to be a black diamond, you've got to have a black diamond mindset from the beginning. That's the most important thing in the compensation plan. You got to say, I'm going to be a black diamond. What do I got to do to be a black diamond? You've got to have 3 blue diamonds. So you want to go out there and find 3 leaders,
That's the key. If you got 3 leaders, your volume is going to be automatic. So focus on going out there and finding the best high quality people that you can find and helping them have success in the compensation plan. Your success in volume is automatic when you do that. Does that make sense? So that's really what you want to be thinking. And you want to have that mindset that I'm going to do that from the beginning. Have that belief in yourself, and people will follow you. They'll buy into you. People are scared not to follow you when they know that you know where you're going. Does that make sense? So you want to have that black diamond mindset from the very, very beginning as you go out that. Now, we also have a driver pool, which is saying this is that this is for consistency. After your first month, what do you want to do? Well, you know what? You want to keep doing the same thing that you did in the beginning to become infinity coded. You want to go out there and get 700 yourself first, and then you want to help. Well, you've already got that. Once you've done that 700, by the way, you don't have to do that every single month. I know that's a question that we've had many times. All you're doing is helping 3 people do the exact same thing every single month, getting 3 new people started and getting 700 in personal qualifying volume. And they, of course, can do that with the 12X value pack. And when that happens, you immediately get a share. We take 1% of the CV for the month, we put it in a pool, and then we split it with those who earn the share. So what happens if you get 6? Well, that's 2 shares. What happens if you get 9? That's 3 shares. So the more actual personal ambassadors that you help sponsor and you help them reach the 700 qualifying volume, the more shares you get in the pool and the more extra bonuses that you'll get in the plan. The final thing that I want to share with you today is the car bonus program, which is, of course, very exciting when you become a diamond. And guess what? I know we've already got diamonds. We've been tabulating all the volume. We're promoting within our first week diamonds. And there may be double diamonds. It's so exciting. So there are many people that are going to be qualifying. I can't wait to see how many, I'm talking to Grace, and I can't wait to see some orange cars running around with our AGARA orange. It's going to be amazing. But diamond bonus starts at $500, and then it goes all the way up to $5,000 at the Triple Crown Diamond. So that is the compensation plan. It is so simple, and anybody can do it. So I want to take some time, of course, tonight to have one of our leaders here, who I know without question is going to the top of this comp plan. I'm getting his Triple Crown. I'm working on his Triple Crown trophy right now. I already see it. I know without question. He's got that Triple Crown mindset and mentality. So I wanted to have him on tonight to be able to share with you his vision, his perspective on the compensation plan, and what he's doing that's working so well. So without further ado, please help me welcome Dr. Chi Nguyen. Welcome to the call. You there?
Yes, I'm right here. Thank you, Hayden. Thank you, sir, for inviting me to this. I am, ladies and gentlemen, ambassadors. I am founder ambassadors, actually. I am blown away on what we have here. And I'm not going to go into detail. Actually, I'm going to go into some things to share with you the perspective coming from my point of view. I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and you have to realize this, I've been doing network marketing while I'm a physician, okay? I'm not just somebody out there working a few hours of work a week and doing network marketing. I'm a physician full-time, and I'm doing this network marketing for a long time, and we have had success, okay? I'll tell you that, but I'm not gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into what we have here in our compensation plan. I'm gonna tell you something similar, exactly what Hayden said. Don't even think about the compensation plan. Don't even bother thinking about the compensation plan. Stop dwelling on the compensation plan, because the more you complicate it, the more you're going to complicate your mind. I'm telling you, you're going to complicate yourself. You're going to freeze. You're not going to do anything because you'll be so confused. I'm going to tell you right now, I promise you, if you do exactly what Hayden talked about and what I'm going to re-edify on that right now, you will have so much success. You're going to be so shocked a year from now. Okay? And the simple thing is, you saw that 7 levels deep of infinity coded bonus or $217,000. That's just 7 levels. 7 levels. We're not even talking about 100 levels yet. And I can guarantee you, your business will grow 100, 200, 1,000 levels deep, because it's a binary. It's going to happen. But you have to understand that. Stop dwelling on the comp plan. I'm telling you right now, infinity coded is the building block of this business. Period. I'm not going to say anymore. It is that. It is that simple. I want you to drill that into your brain tonight. Infinity Coded is the building block of this business. And you will thank me by December 31st of 2026. You will thank me. If you follow exactly what is taught, if you do exactly what's taught, you're 100% coachable, you will see what's going to happen to your business. And simply, I'll tell you this. If you find 3 people, okay, that gets you Infinity Coded, right? With the Ruby Pack, $6.99, 700 volume. He said that. You Infinity Coded. And guess what your focus will be, ladies and gentlemen? You're going to help those 3 people become Infinity Coded. That's it. If you do that, you will have 9,100 in volume. You see how fast that was? 9,100 in volume. Do that to 3 more people. Again, so 2 more cycles of that. And you will have 27,300 in volume. That's basically diamond. How simple is that, ladies and gentlemen? That's all you gotta do. I'm telling you. You don't think I do the math on this to know what's going on? We have done this before. I have proof. I'm not going to dwell on the proof, but you can find out later. We have proof that this Infinity Coded, the whole entire concept, this building block works. Where do you think Grace got the idea from? From a previous company. She saw that we were doing that so simply for the team. We train the team to just focus on that alone. You can ask the leaders from that our team from that company. You will know how successful they were. It is that simple. And when you look at, don't worry about the cycles. Don't worry about power leg, this and that. Everybody requesting power leg, power that, power that. Don't even worry about the binary. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. You'll be cycling some incredible amount of money that you will never ever, you'll be so shocked what comes into your bank account every single week. So I'm going to expand this really quick because I'm going to give you a vision of what's going to happen to you by December 31st of 2026. If you're going to be focused on this building block of getting Infinity Coded and helping every single member in the organization, your team, doesn't matter who, it does not matter who, get them Infinity Coded, okay? And I can promise you, they'll get paid and they'll get excited on getting that paid on the Infinity Coded. And then your business will literally explode beyond your own comprehension. I promise you. But you got to be coachable. You got to be coachable. You know, when Jen Melendez joined me in the other business, my first question to her and Dario, are you willing to be 100% coachable? They said, yes, I will. Guess what? 18 months later, she was $1 million earner. 18 months later. Not 5 years, not 6 years, not 10 years, 18 months. That compensation plan is different. This compensation plan outblows that compensation plan. First of all, the Ruby Pack is 700 volume here, not what it was over there. Much more lucrative. Infinity Coded to infinite level, I have never seen that before. I have never seen that before. When you see that number, he did that number. You can do the math again if you want to. 217,000, whatever it was, just 7 levels deep, ladies and gentlemen. Draw out your 7 levels. You're making 217,000. That's crazy. Where can you make $217,000 on just one of the pay centers? I'm not talking about the binary. I'm not talking about the car bonus. I'm not talking about anything else except for Infinity Bonus. Why am I drilling this? Because this is the building block of this business. This will give you what you want by the end of next year. But you have to implant it into your brain right now, tonight. You have to say, I'm going to do this 100%. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be, I'm going to do a little bit part-time here and there. I'm going to try. There's no trying here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want $1 million in your bank account, you cannot try to make $1 million in your bank account. You got to go and get it. Okay, you got to go and get it. You can't try. So I challenge all of us here, 108 people on this comp plan training. You go out there, you hustle, you find people getting the business, you give them value on the Ruby pack and the Emerald pack, the 12X, the 24X, because that's the fastest way to infinity coded. Yeah, people can join at the other packs, but they have to work themselves to Emerald. They have to work themselves to Ruby rank, right? To the 700 volume. Why would you want to delay their own success? You'd rather get them straight to Ruby so they can become infinity coded right away. Right away. Don't wait 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. You do it right now. Okay? Right now. If you do that for the next 12, 14 months, we have 14 months. Today's the 6th. We only been in for 6 days, ladies and gentlemen. 6 days. We haven't even opened the door yet for the general public. What do you think will happen when that door opens next week? When Hayden and Grace said, we're going to open the gates, the floodgates. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Your door is going to be, your door is going to be so flooded, you better be ready for that flood. You better be ready for that flood. Because it's going to happen with or without you. That's the thing. And so one thing, be coachable, do exactly what's been done, duplicate it over and over again. Don't make it hard on yourself. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I have people before who would continue try to make the PowerPoint perfect and not do anything. Why? It's already done for you. You don't need the PowerPoint to become successful here. You gotta get people to infinity coded. 100%, okay? 100% all in for next 14 months. If you don't know what to do, ask us. Ask anyone. We will help you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. And then you heard what Hayden said. Find your leaders. Well, how do you find leaders? I'll tell you exactly how to find leaders. Go get people to get involved, to get people to join the business. I'm gonna tell you a great story right now. When I got Jen Melendez in the other company, she was just a customer for 6 months. Did I know that she was gonna be a massive leader? I did not know. But you know what? I give everybody a chance. You have to give every person that you bring into the business a chance. You have to test them on whether they're gonna build, on whether they're gonna be 100% coachable, on whether they're gonna willing to give as much as they can to do this for themselves. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we can't drag you to success. I cannot drag you. Hayden cannot drag you. The people who brought you in cannot drag you to December 31st of next year. You have to be the one who's willing to walk alongside of us. We are willing to walk alongside of you, but are you willing to walk alongside of us to be guided, to be shown what to do, and to make it happen? You got to be the one. And I can promise you, December 31st of next year, you get to have so many choices that you never had before. The economy is going crazy right now. People are not getting paid, right? People are not getting paid right now. TSA people are not working. They are lessening flights right now. So they say, go buy an extra ticket in case your flight gets canceled. What a way to do that. How am I going to travel? I got to buy an extra ticket just in case. So, but you know what? When December 31st comes and when you are committed for the next 14 months, you will have some incredible decision for yourself to make. You can walk away from your job and fire yourself and fire your boss from your job. You can walk away and retire. You can buy a car cash. You can buy a home cash. You can retire your parents. You can retire whoever you are to retire. You can send your kids to school cash. You do whatever you want. but it's up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to the company, because the company's there. Okay? It's like in college. If you didn't graduate college, it's not the school's fault. It's your fault. So I want to keep it, I don't want to keep it any longer. I just want to share with you where my mind is going. Because my mind is going 1.5 million on both legs. My last point to you is this. Yes, this is retirement home. This is Grace's goal and dream. This is our retirement home. My last thing to you is this. Build both legs equally. I promise you, you will have the most stable foundation in business anywhere. If you focus on building both legs equal and don't even think about the extra power leg or whatever you want to call, dripping down on you. Okay? The extra volume is just the cream on top of that cake. You will eat the cake whether you have cream or not. I don't care for the extra volume. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on what I can do to help my teammates, my organization, for example. Does that make sense, people? That is where the money is paid. That is where success happens. You focus on helping everybody in your organization. As long as they're willing to run after it, you will make things happen for yourself. Don't worry about your money. You worry about helping the rest of the people get what they want. And you heard that over and over again in the industry. I promise you, you will get what you want. So with that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go out there and get it done.
Dr. Chi, now I'm definitely not sleeping tonight. You just got me fired up. I wish I could sign up in your team. I'd be on, brother. Thank you so much. And we're so grateful for your passion and for your servant heart. You know, I love that one of the things that when Grace introduced me and told me about you, and she said, Dr. Chi is in because he loves the community, he loves the mission. He has a passion for helping people win, helping people succeed, wants to build a retirement home for everybody. And I'm so honored to partner with you and go to battle with you, brother. So thanks so much for your leadership and for leading the charge here. We're so blessed to have you. Thanks so much, brother. And I want to actually just wrap up tonight with, of course, we have our founder on, and I like to say my Grace, because she really is my grace from the Lord that he introduced me to her. And such a beautiful heart, such a graceful person, and just wants everybody to win. She's such a giver. Sometimes I got to tell Grace to slow down on the giving. We got to keep something. She's a giver, and she really wants to. She just wants to love and help everybody. And if you know Grace, you know that's true. And if you haven't got a chance to meet her in person and have that experience, you will soon. Well, you're going to meet her right now. So welcome to the call, our founder and just humble leader, Miss Grace Bravo. Are you there? Let me make you co-host so you can hop you on, because I think I had you muted. There you are.
Aloha, thank you so much, Hayden. Thank you so much. You're such a great CEO, great presenter. And of course, Dr. Chi, can I sign up with you? You are amazing. So for those of you who are here, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, or in short, can I just say, AGARA, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. And really, the main word for this call is get infinity coded. Though you can never go wrong hitting a jackpot. The jackpot is right in front of you. 777. Let's go and hit the jackpot every day. Thank you so much and have an AGARA night. Back to you, Hayden.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. If you're new and you're looking for resources, go to agaralife.com. It's going to take you over to our website where there's a page that says founders page. You'll see some product videos that explain our products. We've got an amazing founders program right now, and I just want to share that with you really briefly. If you're looking at that, you'll see that we've got a single, a double, a 5X, a 12X, a 24X bulk pack. And if you'll see that under the 12X and the 24X, of course, one of them gets you coded. There's a free registration.
We talked about Ruby qualified because you hit the volume requirement when you get a 12x. But of course, if you get 24x, you're an Emerald qualified. You're actually you're in the founder pool, which means that you can go out there and so if you're looking on Facebook and you're seeing these beautiful sort of founder posts that are happening from all these incredible leaders, what that is they're getting they're into the founder pool. And right now we've got a pre-sale offer and pre-positioning because we haven't opened up the website. So we decided to do this first. The orders are going to start shipping in December, the first week of December. But make sure that you take advantage of this pre-shipping, which orders are going in now. Some of you have gotten the notification. They're getting shipped out now. And we're sending, if you got a 5X, you're getting 1 bag plus 3 samples. And then the rest of the shipment's going to ship out the first week of December, right? Because that's when we planned on launching. But we wanted to get samples in your hand because everybody's having so much fun sampling. So we wanted to get that to you as soon as possible. And so if you have the 12X, of course, you're going to get 3 bags immediately. And your samples, 10 free samples shipped immediately. And if it's 24X, we're going to send you 6 bags. So if you got a 24X bulk pack, you've got 6 bags coming to you in the next week. So you're going to have that, and you're going to have some samples, and then the rest of your product will show up on December. And so that's kind of the game plan. But you want to get qualified, of course, as an elite founder, which means that you've done at least 1,300 in qualifying volume. So if you're wondering on the Facebook page, what's the elite, what's the founder? That's what it is. Somebody that's qualified with 1,300, they're in the founder pool. That's 2% of commissionable volume from the entire company globally, wherever we go, is going into that pool. And that's going to get paid out for the first year, right? That's going to get paid out to our founders. So you have an opportunity to participate in that. And then if you do more, of course, if you do more volume, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, then you're going to be moving up to presidential, royal, and an imperial founder. And I'm really excited because next week when we have a call, I believe we're going to be recognizing some imperial founders, some people that are really going out there and making it happen in a short amount of time. So that's really exciting. And not only do you get recognition, but you actually get, double, triple, or 5X the points towards the founder pool. We've got a whole form that explains that. Ask your leader, because what that's going to do is position you to be able to earn more shares in the founders pool. So ask your leader about that. How do you become an imperial founder? Take advantage. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be a founder. It's only now in December. That's it. Never again. That will never be duplicated. So make sure that you take advantage of that. And there's going to be all types of great recognition. We got a founding launch party that's going to be happening at the end of February. We're working on the dates. We're working on the venue, but it's going to be amazing, where we're going to be recognizing all of our founders and all the great accomplishments that you've had. So let's lock in. Let's make it happen. Let's get out there. Let's sample the coffee. Let's tell everybody about this opportunity, because just like Dr. Chi, there's so many people out there that are looking. They are looking for something right now because they're hurting. Economy is expensive. Jobs are going out. People are looking for an opportunity right now, but we have the best one in the planet. It's recession-proof coffee. Everybody's going to drink no matter what's happening. And it's a coffee that elevates your life. So let's go out there. Let's make it happen. Let's tell everybody about AGARA. Let's get positioned. Let's get to founder. Let's make it happen, everybody. Stay tuned for the next training. We'll be announcing that on the Facebook wall. So make sure you're participating on that. God bless everyone. Have a good night. Thank you so much.